Hello you what's his faces, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to scope plus shoot in Call of Duty Mobile with sniping, or manual sniping for sniping, and that's when you use one finger to scope in and then the other finger to shoot. Lots of people have done this in PUBG, but with Call of Duty Mobile, they really push the scope and release button, or the release scope and fire button in this game. PUBG Mobile actually had this button. Most people, I don't know, didn't use it or whatever, but yeah, PUBG Mobile had this button, but no one really used it as much as they have used it in Call of Duty Mobile, so we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, I should actually tell you guys the actual benefits. So number one, you can control way easier. You have control over what you snipe. So when you scope in, it's way easier to control how and when you want to hit that shot, rather than just being limited to that one scope and release button, because it's way harder. For example, if you're trying to wait or something, like let's say someone runs past you, or you're trying to do a spin around and hit someone, it's way easier to wait and then shoot rather than wait and then release. The other thing is you can hip fire way easier. You could just transfer to that. So let's say you're in an S&D, you need to quickly transfer from quick scoping to hip firing. It's going to be way easier for you because you don't have to switch over to using the scope plus shoot button, which I've seen a lot of people do when they sometimes want to use the scope plus shoot button, of course, because it is way better for hard scoping, and they have to switch. If you use scope plus shoot or manual sniping already, you don't have to switch, and that is a benefit to it. Now the next thing is you can actually hip fire whenever you want to. You don't have to wait. And it's same thing as with the hard scoping. It's way easier to hip fire because you don't have to switch gears. It's not something you switch, it's just something you automatically do. So one, that's a fact because you scope in quicker, and I'm going to show you guys right here so you don't think I'm lying. This is how you scope in when you use scope plus shoot. This is how you scope in when you use the regular scope button. As you can see, there's a longer animation that comes when you hit that button. You can actually see the scope going out way longer. It's probably maybe 1 or 2 seconds longer, whereas that is just clean. You don't have to wait for that long animation, and it's especially longer on certain guns like the 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓷𝓰, but we're not going to get into that. So as you guys can see right then and there, you can scope in faster, and what this allows for is more information. For example, if you wanted to snipe someone up close, because in many of my videos you see me snipe someone up close, point blank range or whatever, or instead of hip firing them, if I'm sniping someone up close, I'm going to be able to get that information way faster than someone that is using the ADS button, because I'm actually seeing them first. Maybe they want to dash to the side. I'll still be able to go ahead and catch them or predict that they're doing that. Well, not predict, but actually see it, rather than having to predict when using the ADS button because of that slightly slower scope in speed. So that's one thing. Now the next thing I did prove in Season 2, but in Season 3, I have yet to actually prove that you do snipe faster. However, I do feel it. If you can hit the perfect snipe, and what that means is, it's a really small window, but if you can hit it, you can snipe faster. I have yet to make a video for this in Season 3, but I will actually get on making that. And what I mean by that, what I mean by you can snipe faster is, one, since you're scoping in faster, you're already sniping faster, quote unquote, because you're getting that information faster and you're releasing faster. Then the other thing is, since you're scoping in faster, you're going to be able to see more information, and then you're going to be able to get to the next target faster and actually snipe. And then lastly, you can actually snipe faster. I'm pretty sure you can. It's really a small difference, but you can. Now I will have to prove this, and I will do that sometime before the season ends, but until then, at the very least, you know that you can scope in and you see more information, so it is better. Now the thing about it is, it's hard, guys. It's not a cakewalk. I mean, I came from PUBG Mobile and I used to use scope plus shoot all the time, but it's not easy after coming from ADS sniping, because you're so lazy and stuff, and ADS sniping makes you lazy. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does make you lazy. And to do this, one of the hardest things that you're going to have to realize or remember is the fact that you have to hit this button. I don't know if you guys saw me when I was first starting out with this season of Scope Plus Shoot. I was like, dang it, I forgot to hit that button. And as my videos progressed and I was doing, I guess, Road to the Tops, I've said that way less often because I'm actually remembering to hit the button. So that is one thing. Now, before you actually get started with Scope Plus Shoot, you have to make sure your settings look like this. So what you want to do is you want to go to Basic, and then you want to go to Sensitivity. And as you guys can see, I have Switch while opening ADS. It's the easiest for me to control, and it's the fastest because you want to be able to control your sniper as fast as possible once you scope in. Any of the other two, there's a bit of, not necessarily lag, but there's time between you can accurately control your sniper. When you use Switch while opening ADS, it instantly allows you to switch and control it then and there. So that is why I use Switch while opening ADS. Now the next thing is your controls, of course, and just make sure to have it in a good location for your fingers, because if it's not in a good location for your fingers, you're going to miss these buttons and it's going to be really frustrating. But that is the basics. Now you guys know how to do it, you know the reason why I use it. The last thing is the cons. So like here's one con that you cannot do. Well, you can, but you have to be able to use gyroscope or be super quick, and that is drop shotting. Basically, it's super easy to drop shot and use the Scope Plus Shoot. It's insanely easy, like 10 times easier. But to scope and shoot and use drop shot is super hard. Excuse me, I meant ADS. It's super easy to use the ADS button in drop shot, but to scope and shoot to drop shot is insanely hard. But drop shotting with a sniper, it's okay, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a needed feature. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. The amount of ability you do get from using scope and shoot far outweighs drop shotting with a sniper. However, you can do it. However, you can technically drop shot with Scope Plus Shoot. You just have to be really quick and really good. But other than that, it would be way easier to learn gyroscope. Now, let's get into actually how to learn it. Those were the basics, but to learn it, it takes practice. And I could just say, okay, only thing I can tell you is to practice. Now guys and gals, for practice, as you guys can see, I'm in my prime location for practicing, and I really do feel it's the best way to practice this particular feature in basically a Scope Plus Shoot. You're gonna have to react the fastest when you're in this mode, and that is because everything is so close paced and action packed, meaning you don't have time to rest. Your mind is going to be constantly working. One of the best examples I can provide is, I don't know if you guys have ever read the manga or watched the anime One Punch Man, but there was this villain character, right? Well, villain, whatever, and his name is Gaara, or that's how we pronounce it, I don't know. But the reason why he was able to get good so fast is he was constantly in action. He was constantly able to, I guess, test his skill. He had no rest, and then in this game mode you have no rest. You're constantly forced, and when you're forced to do something, when your life depends on it, there's two things that can happen. You either succeed or you fail. You either swim or you sink. And luckily this is a video game and you're in casual mode, so one, you're not losing any points, and then two, you're not gonna die. So just play this as much as you possibly can and you will have a blast. And yeah, it's super fun to do. You'll have a blast, and then also you'll learn to Scope Plus Shoot really fast, and you'll also learn that seeing is really good. As I said earlier, you see faster, so in this game mode you're going to be able to get that little bit of information way faster, being able to scope in faster. But yeah, let's continue. Let me finish this off, try to win it as I miss. I know, right? Terrible Tigon. See, look at that right there. As you guys saw, I had to push that twice, but I was able to scope in on him, and I was able to get that information faster. Okay, I know I missed that. It was pretty bad, god dang it. See, you guys are making me nervous. Stop watching me. Turn your head. No. Afro Zachary, bug it up. I don't know why I didn't shoot. Oh yeah, my other piece of advice or whatever is always take the shot, because you don't know what you're gonna hit, and it could be pretty cool. I thought I hit that, you know. It would have been a nice shot, but it is what it is. GG. But as you guys can see, I'm constantly in action in that particular mode. In any other game mode for free-for-all or any other map, of course you're going to be in action, but it's not going to be back-to-back. You're not going to be constantly pressed. And being constantly pressed is one of the best ways to learn. Just like if someone threw you into the ocean or whatever. Well, not the ocean, more like the pool. They say swim or sink. But yeah, guys, this is a really good way to practice your scope plus shooting. So get out there, try it out. You might not like it, you may like it. However, it does take a lot of dedication. So until I would say just stick to casual matches for a decent while before going to anything ranked, because if you go into ranked, you might get torn to shreds. But hey, it's another way to put everything on the line. Just like with the Kill House match, you're really under pressure. Playing ranked is another way you're under pressure. So playing ranked was actually another way how I learned it fast, and I was willing to lose those points. It depends on whether you're willing to lose those points. However, it is the end of the season, so why not try to lose those points? It's not like you're gonna really go up that much more. Maybe you will, I don't know. Maybe you're trying to rank a legendary now. If you're not, just go ahead and play ranked, and yeah, you're gonna be under way more pressure. You're gonna learn way faster. But it's been Tigon. I hope you guys love the new overlay. I sure do. I don't know, it just feels so clean. The other one I liked, but it was a little bit cluttered. But so I guess I'm just gonna go over the main things again. So 1, it allows you to see faster, meaning you're gonna get that information faster, right? 2, you can hip fire. I know I'm going out of order, but you can hip fire way easier. It's just gonna be super easy. Next, you can hard scope way easier. You can transition from hard scoping to quick scoping way easier. After that, you have the other fact that you can control when you release your shot, which is very important, and when you get into higher levels, you're going to definitely notice it. And then lastly, you can pretty much shoot faster. Now, of course, I don't have the actual proof for season 3 that you can actually shoot faster, but in between the ability to scope in faster and see your target, it automatically will make you a faster sniper. But that is all, guys. It's been Tigon.